Come on in. Is this a hamstring house call that I forgot or something?
No, that's Monday. That's our last regular session now. Don't tell me you forgot. I'm hurt.
Well, maybe subconsciously I just don't want to graduate. You got me all loose limbs, you know. Speaking of loose limbs, you were very good in that chorus line number in the nurses' ball.
Well, I don't think I'll ever make the Rockettes, but, you know, I thought I was in really good shape. After that, I could use some physical therapy myself.
Yeah, Bobby and I have been discussing. You were really letting yourself go.
Is she here? I just wanted to return the dress.
No, she had a mom thing at Lucas's school this morning, so you dismissed her.
Oh, me and my timing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lee will have a précis of the current contracts in negotiation, along with pending litigation and bids and lobbying efforts and philanthropic projects. And you can borrow my copy of the articles and the bylaws to brush up on. Nobody expects you to be up to speed overnight, but you should know that we are just about ready to break ground for the rebuilding of Ward House. And I'm sure you don't want any of the necessary permits and approvals to get bogged down in the City Hall. Not that I expect any trouble, but I'm not quite sure that I approve of your stepping down from your council seat, although I'm sure that the mayor will be ecstatic. Bless his grubby, pocket-lining little heart.
Whatever the mayor's transgressions, I doubt they include murder, don't you? There's no need to push the moral superiority angle on my account, Edward. I know why I'm here.
Justice, you have had a very bad last few months. And you're sick at heart. But this isn't the French Foreign Legion that you're joining. ELQ is the family business. And the position of chief counsel would have been yours eventually anyway.
Having one of your power breakfasts, grandfather? That used to be my seat.
Reporting as ordered.
Aw, I just have to make one phone call. No, don't start opening the mail. We'll be here all day. Put it down.
Hello?
Robin.
Brenda. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I did get all your messages, but...
Oh, no, that's okay. I just wanted to check up on you. I know that the nurse's ball wasn't easy for you.
Yeah, I know I made a spectacle of myself.
Are you kidding? That was the most beautiful speech anyone's ever heard. Hey, didn't hurt to have a gorgeous man carrying you off stage either. I couldn't have planned that one better myself.
Well, I actually was gonna ride off on a white horse, but I couldn't fit on the elevator.
It's really good to hear you laugh. Hey, you know what? We need girls' night out. How about next week?
Whenever. I know that you're a newlywed now, and your evenings are spoken for.
No. I'll call you next week, and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Tell Jax I said hi. Bye.
Robin says hi.
How does she seem?
I don't know. It's hard to tell over the phone. Anyway, I hope that you are ready, because if you think that you can show me Alaska and card games in the Mediterranean, the least I can do is show you the insider's Port Charles.
Brenda, who do you think you're kidding? Dial Robin back.
Why?
Okay.
Hello?
Robin, it's Jax. Listen, why don't you grab your swimsuit and we'll pick you up in 15 minutes.
What for?
That's all I was told, too. Brenda's got a surprise for us. But I have a feeling there'll be water involved where she's taking us.
Well, what's the occasion?
Brenda misses you. See you soon, then?
I'll be ready.
We're both new at this marriage thing. And I think we've made an exemplary start. But look, Robin's your oldest friend. And she went through a rough patch the other night. And I think you can help. I think you want to help. So, you can't be neglecting your oldest friend because you're trying to be attentive to me. I mean, it's appreciated, but it's not necessary. What?
I can't get used to how well you know me already. And how good you are to me.
That's how it's supposed to be. Didn't anybody tell you?
So you want to help me polish off the coffee? I have this waste not, want not gene in my body. I can't leave a cup in the pot.
I would love to. I'll just take it black.
Okay?
You know, I'm becoming such a coffee junkie, staying up late so many nights studying.
For what?
The nurse's entrance exams.
Oh, yeah, that's where you have to spell your name and declare you're not a serial killer?
You had better be glad Bobby didn't hear you say that.
You're right. You'd clobber me.
Hmm.
But I'm just saying that if they're going to teach you to be a nurse, how much do you have to know when you're going in?
A lot. But, you know, it's not really the written exam that it makes me nervous. It's the interview.
You kidding? You'll have him eating out of your hand.
Why?
Because that's what you do.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just mean that you're cheerful. You make a good first impression.
Well, yeah, but I think that, you know, they're going to want me to be more than cheerful.
You're right. Maybe I should stop being so patronizing here and help you.
Yeah.
You know, I have sat in on some of those interviews before. Do you want me to be your cheat sheet?
Staff appointments will be made at the discretion of the Chief Executive Officer. That's me. And ratified by a majority vote of the Board of Directors.
What's your point, Ned?
Your rules, Grandfather. I didn't write them.
Ned, the board is aware that Lee Baldwin has asked to step down as chief legal counsel. Now, who among them would hesitate to elect justice to succeed him, except that upstart Jackson? Since when do we give a hoot what he says or thinks?
Believe he's trying to tell you haven't gone through proper channels, Edward.
Well, how would you interpret that paragraph?
I interpret it to mean that I can't be hired without the CEO's approval.
Well, what does it matter whose idea it was?
Grandfather, I would at least like to know why Justice wants the job.
Happened to be back on the job market. Edward made me an offer.
That's it? Where's that famous eloquence? That passionate commitment?
No, I didn't ask this man here to be grilled. If you have a beef, then out with it. Ned, are you saying that you refuse to support the hiring of your own cousin?
Easy come, easy go.
What's the matter with you, Ned? All I'm trying to do is to provide my grandson with his rightful share of the business, just like I did for you. You're not going anywhere. Now, the bylaws can be changed.
I was wondering when that would come up.
But they're as old as the hills. They haven't been reviewed since I was CEO.
So, Justice, if you were our legal counsel, what would be your recommendation? To strike the offending paragraph?
Hardly. Something tells me that's one of the only things that's keeping Edward from running roughshod over the rest of them.
Uh-huh. And if he ordered you to do it, to just ramrod it through the board?
Look, I'm nobody's dancing bear. If you want me, fine. If not, hey, goodbye.
Cousin, don't misunderstand me. It's not you I object to. It's him. What has he got on you?
Excuse me?
This is getting tiresome. You know, Ned, the one and only function of a CEO is to make decisions. So make one.
That comment, for instance. Grandfather is always telling me to do what he wants and be quick about it. In fact, you'll find that that's the running theme of most of his advice. And it really gets his goat because I can't be counted on to take it. Not that he hasn't moved mountains to call the shots in my career, in my marriage, not to mention the future of my unborn child.
Well, if I'm that ruthless, I don't know why I'm sitting here listening to this.
Now, Lee Baldwin, he keeps his distance. He's what you'd call a 1-800 lawyer, and that works for him. Justice, I can't think of anyone sharper and more qualified to replace him than you. Although, why you'd want to replace him, I can't even begin to fathom. Especially since you've established yourself as someone to be watched as not only a politician, but a criminal lawyer. And maybe your reasons are none of my business. But let me warn you, if Grandfather thinks he can control you, you'll never know another moment's peace.
Well, your altruism is very much appreciated, Ned. But you'll pardon me for wondering if perhaps your concern is not so much for my peace of mind, but for your own. I'm not your rival, Ned. I'm here to replace Lee Baldwin, not you.
Yes. Well, that's a separate issue.
Oh, feeling a little threatened, are we, Ned?
You hear how he eggs us on from the sidelines? Now, Justice, we may respect each other. I hope we do. And I hope that someday we can come to consider each other the best of friends. I really do. But in his mind, it will always be a cockfight. It's true. He may want his nearest and dearest gathered around the throne, but he fully expects only one of us to come out alive.
Oh, you know, Justice, in this dilemma that you're facing, I think your main hazard is the fact that this family has a tendency to be overly melodramatic.
Look at this, suitable for framing. Quartermain Testosterone Trust.
Now, Audrey will be asking the questions, although Bobby will be in the room.
Oh, I was hoping for somebody I don't know.
Well, no, that's interesting. So you trust yourself to make a good first impression, but you assume that it, wears out? That people don't like you after they're around you for a while?
Well,
Never mind. That's okay. I'm Audrey. So, now, Carly, can you tell us why you want to be a nurse?
yeah, I guess that's something that I began to realize when my mom was first
Okay,
diagnosed
can
with
I interrupt
cancer.
you here? And I hope you don't mind, but Bobby's already told me about your mother's death. And believe me, it kills me to think of a kid as young as you were having to go through that. But still, as tragic as it was, you don't want the panel to think that you're using nursing as a form of therapy. Because they'll be sympathetic, but they'll know that you don't need that. That'll wear off.
Okay, you didn't even let me finish.
You're right. I'm sorry.
What I saw then was that, I mean, I love my mom very much, but she didn't have anything to fall back on.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about my real mom, yeah, the way that my mom really was. And, well, I hope she will forgive me for telling the truth, which is that she was basically just a shallow person. She was cheerful and pleasant, you know, the same things that you say about me. And she was really pretty, of course. But everything that she had, she got by being pretty and pleasant, you know. She didn't have any real deep connections to anyone. The thing is that when she was gone, apart from me, of course, nobody really missed her. And I just don't want that to be me. You know, I want to make a difference. I want people to know that I was here.
Well, you know, I'll hire you and train you myself if I have to. Oh, excuse me. If that phone call is a consultation I'm expecting, it's going to take me quite a while, I imagine.
Okay, well, I'll leave you alone. Where can I hang that dress up?
Take it up to Bobby's closet.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, this is Dr. Jones. Okay.
baby.
Brenda's favorite way of travel, reclining.
You know, I never understood why people stopped using those cool little...
Sedan chairs and porters?
Yeah.
You were born way too late, my dear. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you two look like you've been married for 4 years rather than 4 weeks.
You do?
Yeah. So I guess I can stop feeling bad about horning on the end of your honeymoon.
Hey, well, we're the ones who insisted. Besides, I thought it was time for me to get to know you. And not just as Max Scorpio's niece.
Yeah, no, my Uncle Mac and you had some kind of trouble a few years ago. He never really talks about it, though.
Oh,
Hey, do you remember the last time we were here?
Oh, yeah, wasn't that when AJ and Jason took us water skiing?
Yes, and Karen was with us. You could hardly see straight because you had such a hopeless crush on Jason. It didn't turn out to be so hopeless, though, did it? All right, last one in has to fix lunch. Unless, of course, it's my little sister because you don't have to do anything you don't want to do because I said so. Okay?
You really think you can beat me?
Yeah.
What?
Oh! Okay. Wait a minute. Ow, ow! I think I stepped on something.
You think I'd learn, huh?
There's nothing very good to report on that front, Edward, so if you don't mind, I'll thank you for asking, and we'll leave it at that.
I'm sorry to hear it.
So am I. Is Laura doing...
I know why you're here. I can guess why he's here. But why are you here? Oh, that's right, you live here. So the burning question would then be, why am I here?
You know, that was right on the tip of my tongue to ask.
Well, Ned, here's my theory. I've got something that one of you wants. Otherwise, why would I have been requested to be here? Unless, of course, it's just the fact that my sparkling charm and wit add measures to any gathering.
I wouldn't know.
Would you mind leaving us alone for a moment?
Gladly. I'll take Justice down to the office and fill him in on his
No,
new...
no, Ned. I meant you. I need Justice to stay.
Is that him right there away along the beach?
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be drowning anytime soon, though. I think he'll be okay. So, tell me what's up. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that Jason is just my friend.
Good, because I wouldn't believe you. I don't really know what he's like. Everyone says he's completely different since the accident.
He is and he's not. I guess the main difference is that now he stands outside everything. Like, everything about him is just himself. And everything about him is just really wonderful. At least to me.
Even that.
Do I have it right?
Don't do that to yourself. You know, I've been asking myself the same question, and the answer is definitely yes. Hey! You okay, Iron Man? Is marriage softening you up a little bit there? Oh my God, look at that boat. Looks like it's gonna ram us.
Oh, guys, pull it up over here. Thought you two were water skiers.
Is he always like this?
doing?
Nothing. I wasn't doing anything. See, everything's here. I didn't take anything.
Well, why would I need to check?
You don't have to see me again.
No, it's not that. It's just that you look like... Wait a minute. Is that my perfume?
Please, just let me leave.
No, no, honey, I'm not saying that. It's just, I don't know. It was almost like it was your room, and I should have knocked.
Look, it doesn't matter anyway, all right? None of this is any good.
Why?
I never asked you for anything. And I'm not gonna do that now.
Carly, what did I do?
I wanted to be your friend. I don't hate you. But you look so happy with your husband and your precious little boy. And all this stuff, everything that you have is beautiful. So what? So maybe it wasn't that easy for you? So why shouldn't you have things? I don't know. I just wanted to see. Look, I just brought your dress back. See? And I hung it up.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't have done that.
Tony told me to. I swear. I was only here for a minute.
I wanted you to keep it.
No!
I want to thank you for coming, Luke.
Pretty close call there with Ned, wasn't it? I take it he's not yet a member of our club.
What's this about?
Our club, Justice, the people who know why my wife was put through hell for something she didn't do.
Now, Luke, no one was happier than I was when Laura was acquitted. But if you mean to say that...
Edward, he knows.
Knows what?
Don't you two talk? You only huddle? Didn't you tell him about the photo I showed you? And Edward, didn't you tell him about the videotape it came from? Come on, boys, it's way past bluffing time. You've got the whole club convened now, Edward. And I assume you want to keep this like you like all your clubs, small and exclusive, so I can't wait to hear what you're going to offer me to keep my mouth shut.
Well, now, Luke, I've always tried to be a friend to your family.
Whoa! Don't go there. Don't bark up that tree.
Oh, all right. But I paid Laura's bail. I paid for her defense.
When you should have been paying for his. And what if my wife had been convicted, Edward? What would you have done then? Bought us a nice little station wagon so we could drive up and visit her? Why don't you pay for the time that she spent in jail? Can you do that? Or can you put the cash on the barrelhead maybe and wipe away the memory of my boy sobbing his guts out into his pillow at night when he thought I couldn't hear? You take that off my head and maybe we'll call it even.
Well, looks like I'm the one on the auction block. Who am I gonna call master? You know what I say, Luke? I say you tell it. You tell it wherever and to whomever you want to.
Justice,
you write it on the bathroom walls. You tell Laura, you call the state bar, you call the radio, television, newspapers. You have every right. But you know what? I don't really give a damn.
Now that is facing your consequences like a man. I notice you didn't pick up the phone and make those calls yourself.
Now, we've really gotten very far afield because the only reason that I invited you here was to see if there was something I could do for Leslie Liu. I understand that she is going to be hospitalized for some time, and the treatment will be difficult and costly, and...
You are turning my stomach.
Well, if I am indelicate, I apologize, but I am nonetheless sincere.
If there was anything you could do for my daughter, believe me, I could be bought in a second. Believe me. If you were the 1 in 20,000 genetic match, Edward, I would take one of your silver spoons and dig the marrow out of your damn bones myself. But you don't have what I need. And I will never give you the promise you want. So life's full of little disappointments. Live with it. Is it really worth saving your sorry butt to throw in with this?
Well, I was going to throw myself off a bridge, but I didn't want anyone sending me flowers. video tape. Just slipped your mind to remember to tell me you were being blackmailed?
Well, you were busy defending Laura. What could you have done about it
Edward,
anyway?
that man might still be alive today.
Harper drowned. It was accidental. I'll admit I didn't shed any tears, but I did lose some sleep about that tape because I thought sure it had gone to the bottom of the lake with him. But there must not be anything left to prove against you, or he would have used it.
Maybe not.
Oh? You think maybe he might be holding out, just biding his time?
What I think is that he is a better man than either one of us. He doesn't want to disillusion his wife, Edward, or the rest of those people who worked so hard on my campaign. He may even have some sense of loyalty left to me.
Think so? Do you think maybe you could patch things up with him? Just, oh, probably not.
You know, there was a time when I was proud to say that Luke Spencer was my friend. The truth of the matter was that I was always worried that he was going to go off in that way that he does, at the wrong place, at the wrong time, and embarrass me politically. Well, that's a joke, isn't it? Luke Spencer not good enough to be in my company. My prison walls.
Justice, have I forced you to do anything against your will? Oh, well, never mind. Just tell Ned that I'd like to see him.
Carly, I have something to say to you. And I don't think that we can afford for me to be anything but blunt. I know what it's like to be alone in a new town. This town, in fact, and have nothing. And that doesn't make you a thief or a person who can't be trusted. Don't ever let anybody put that into your head. Because what you do is like an inoperable brain tumor. It stays there. Now, if I seem to be accusing you, I wasn't. Tony was on the phone. I came home. I didn't know anybody was up here. And I walked in on something I shouldn't have seen. And I'm sorry.
What?
You. Thinking you were alone. Playing out a moment in some other life, you know, getting dressed up for someone or as someone. Oh, honey, that's no different from what we all do every day. Except in real life, there's this rule that you have to pass yourself off as the same person every day. It's kind of boring. But we all do it anyway. Come on, friends again. Oh, honey. Carly.
I don't know how to act.
Well, it's about time. You're always so self-contained. A person could feel inferior.
That's the way that you make me feel.
Oh, baby, you are in trouble. Sit down. Let me see if I can guess where this is coming from, okay? Is there a guy?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Anybody I know?
I don't think so.
What's he doing to make you so miserable?
Well, I just can't figure him either. He doesn't know what he wants, or he does, and it's not me.
He's not seeing somebody else, is he?
I don't know how serious it is.
You want my advice? Take this. Hey, if the man's got a pulse, he won't even remember her name.
Thank you for today.
Aw. Don't start thanking me for my valuable married time, please.
No, I'm not. It's just, when I heard you were married, you asked me to be happy for you. And now I can. I see the way that you're just so easy with yourself. There's not that strain that there always was with Sonny, like everything was always hanging by a thread. I'm sorry. I'm saying this all wrong.
No. It's okay. You're saying exactly what I've been thinking. I went to Sonny's after the nurse's ball. I know, I was playing with fire. I was just really worried about him, and I told myself that I could reach out to him, you know, and comfort him, but there's no comforting him now. When I was standing there with him, everything just came back, you know, all that hope. And then, all that hopelessness and desperation. And for the first time ever, I stood there and I thought, why? You know, for what? And I was so glad that I could come home to my husband, to Jax. It just took going to Sonny after the nurse's ball for me to realize how much he really means to me.
So, I thought you got lost up there.
She gave it to me. She practically pried my hands open.
Wow, I thought I saw a wife go by.
Isn't she the best?
Yes, she is.
Well, I really want to do something special for her, too. And she said she had a birthday coming up.
Well, if she can own up to it, so can I.
I want to give her a party. A really big one. Can I?
Oh, I guess you could. I don't know. It'd make me look like a slouch, though.
No, I don't even care if she knows I'm doing it. It could even be a surprise.
I don't know. She has pretty good radar, but it would be great if we could pull it off.
It'd be so much fun. You can help then, as long as I get to purchase everything and pick it out and set it all up.
Well, twist my arm. How about it? Excuse me, are you bound and determined to never let that ankle heal?
I'm just seeing my company out.
Well, I thought she was my company.
Yeah, well, I guess you were wrong, weren't you? Thank you so much.
Remember what I said?
Every word. See you guys.
I think that she has a crush on someone, and it isn't me.
No, I just think she needs, well, whatever it is she needs. If she finds it here, I'm glad.
Close the door. Well, you made a prize jackass of yourself this morning.
Really? I thought it was a tie.
Ned, it's true that your cousin is a public figure, and he's a very accomplished attorney. But that's no reason for you to feel insecure about your position. Stop that. What? What's the matter with you? What?
Who do you think you're talking to? Jason's the one with brain damage, not me.
Ned, sometimes I'm appalled by what you say.
Grandfather, did you call my mother in for this same little talk when you brought me into ELQ? And where did she end up?
No, that was totally different because Tracy was very unreliable.
Okay. Well, the way you define that word, I don't imagine I stand up too well either.
Well, I just want you to mind your P's and Q's where justice is concerned. He's not been in the best frame of mind since Mary May died.
Fine. Okay. I will if you will. But I'm CEO, and he answers to me.
Now, there, that's what I'm talking about. What?
Excuse me, sir. This came from Mr. Ned.
Oh, thank you, Sally.
Thank you, son. What does it matter who answers to whom? The way you're plunging into this legalism makes me think you're taking this way too far. Are you listening to me?
Speak of the devil.
Huh. How dare you make me a grandmother? Tracy. Oh, for heaven's sake.
One thing reliable about my mother. When you least expect her.
Hey, thanks for being so nice to Robin.
Hey, she's easy to be nice to.
We'll help you realize she's your biggest fan now. Next to me, of course.
You know, you're not required to say that. Sometimes I think we're getting ahead of ourselves.
I don't.
You know, this whole married couple routine. I mean, it's pleasant. I enjoy it too, but it's not us. I mean, we knew what we were getting into right from the start, right? And we went into it with no illusions.
Is there something wrong?
No, of course not. All I'm saying is that I don't expect things to become bliss overnight. I knew I had my work cut out for me. And I can work harder if I have to. We've got all the time in the world. I just don't want you thinking you're obliged to say things to me you don't feel.
I never have.
Good.
Can I tell you something that I feel right now?
Yes?
Do you know that every day, every hour of every day, every hour of every day, you mean more to me?
This is Joan London and Elizabeth Vargas. Tomorrow, what you can do now to prevent osteoporosis in your future. Plus, Barbara Walters' preview of her interview with Lyle and Eric Menendez on tomorrow's Good Morning America. Here on ABC.